An empty street winds around a hill. The speed limit says 55. A white van zooms past, definitely faster than 55. Inside the van, the odometer reads 75 miles per hour. There's a phone flipped to the dashboard, which plays 1999 by Prince. Tyrone drums on the steering wheel.
Instruction didn't even care.
He sings along, badly, but who cares? He's alone in the vehicle.
2000 party over, ooh, not a time. Tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1990.
The call on his phone is from Boss Lady. Uh-oh. He ignores it, lets it go to voicemail. But Boss Lady calls right back. Not scared of her, I'm grown. Hello?
Where are you?
I'm on my way now.
You said you'd be here on time. If you're not 15 minutes early,
I'm late. I know.
I need you here now.
I'm driving as fast as I can. The call ends. The phone returns automatically to the music app. Tyrone drives until red and blue light shines through his rear window. Well, I'm fired. Officer McIntosh leaves his patrol car. Tyrone rolls down his window. McIntosh lowers his shades and handles his ticketing pad. Evening, officer. License and registration, please? Of course. Tyrone reaches for the glove compartment. Just gotta... The door sticks, then pops open. Tyrone winces, but gets his papers. McIntosh checks the paperwork, then Tyrone. You any idea how fast you were going? A hair over 60? Officer McIntosh laughs, then sees the dashboard. Going to have to write you up for that, too. I understand. You can't talk on your phone while operating a motor vehicle. It's the law. I thought they updated the vehicle code. What? California Vehicle Code, Section 23123, I think? Yeah, see? As long as the device is hands-free... Sir, step out of the vehicle. Forget I said anything. I'm fine with the ticket. I'm actually late for... Get out of the van! Unlock the door! Tyrone unlocks the van. The lock tabs click. McIntosh jumps back. He grabs his belt. After a beat... Out of the vehicle now! Keep your hands in the air! My seatbelt's... White sand spills from one chamber to the next. We stop on a tree with a big knothole. A caterpillar dangles from the tree limb. It becomes a cocoon. A shockwave blasts through the forest.
Once upon a time.
A signpost reads, Eternia Market. Inside of the library, there's long tables to study on, gas lanterns to study by, and aisles of leather-bound books. One aisle is roped off, unlit. The shingle above reads, Forbidden. The plaque by the door reads, Whitehall School of Sorcery. A massive portrait of the White Wizard hangs on the wall. The inscription reads, Whitehall the Grand, Headmaster. Inside of a study, there's a desk covered with books, an easy chair by the fire. A mirror shard stands on a pedestal. A full mirror stands in the corner. The map on the wall shows all of Eternia.
There was a perfect place.
Whitehall himself, in his long white robes, with his long white beard, wakes in his easy chair. He rushes to the window, throws open the shutters. Hurrah! Inside the library, students in gray robes fill the tables and stacks. A student at a table practices with a wand. He drops a feather, lets it float for a beat, then freezes it mid-air with a wand flick.
A magical place.
Whitehall greets the student, pats him on the head, corrects his wand posture, then carries on to the stacks. Back at the market, it's in full swing, loud and crowded. Shopkeepers sell their wares, customers haggle over prices. An elf, albino and skinny like all elves are, glares at a dwarf. muscular and hairy, as all dwarfs are. Then they charge at each other, but freeze in place. Whitehall steps up between them, his wand aglow. He wags his finger at them, then lets them go. The elf and the dwarf go about their business.
It was safe.
Whitehall moves through the market, picks up an apple, shines it on his sleeve, takes a bite. A wee man, short and barefoot, as all wee men are, tries to hitch a wagon to a horse. It bucks and fights. Whitehall arrives,
There you are.
and soothes the savage beast.
Easy.
The wee man thanks him, hitches his wagon, and rides off. Whitehall scratches a wolf behind the ears and sends it on its way. Then greets a family of ducks. Drake, the papa duck, quacks back.
But great evil sought to destroy it.
Whitehall turns, starts left, but bumps into a black, hooded figure.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Whitehall loses them in the market crowd, then shrugs. In Whitehall's study, he sits in his chair and writes in his book of spells. Once finished, he closes it. He watches the sun set, then the moon rise, and drifts to sleep. The next day, inside the library, Whitehall leads a gaggle of students through the stacks and passes the forbidden aisle. Down the aisle, the Black Hood thumbs through a book. Whitehall stops, turns, plows back through the students to the forbidden aisle.
Move.
But there's no one. Whitehall heads down to check anyway. He scans the shelves. There's a gap.
No.
One of the books is missing. Back in his study that night, Whitehall reaches for his spell book, but it's gone.
Wait, where did I put? Wasn't it here?
He scans the room, cowers in his chair. Something strange is going on. Inside the library, Whitehall checks the aisles. No Black Hood. Of course not. Things are back to normal. Later in the market, Wee Man and Elf argue in front of a stall. Whitehall steps in to moderate, but Black Hood crashes through. A dwarf merchant races in.
Stop! Thief!
The Black Hood turns down an alleyway.
Hey!
Whitehall chases the Black Hood, takes out his wand, turns down the alleyway. But there's nothing.
What? But
Knights
how?
arrive behind him.
I just saw them.
But where's the Black
This
Hood?
cannot be.
Whitehall holsters his wand. Back in his study that night, Whitehall's in his chair. He studies a scroll instead of his spellbook, which is still missing. The scroll, it's a wanted poster. A sketch of the Black Hood, and beneath it, the poster reads, Black Mage, wanted for theft and general disruption. 100 gold reward. But no, Whitehall adds a 0. 1,000 gold reward. Whitehall
This should
packages
do
the
it.
scroll and passes it off to the dwarf sheriff, standing by. The sheriff salutes him and heads out, shuts the door behind him. Then, an earthquake. Things slide off tables, break. Candles tip over and light parchment, curtains. Whitehall stamps out fires. Screams come from inside the library. Students hold each other. Books plummet from on high. Aisles collapse like dominoes. Screams come from within the market. Wares tumble and break. Shopkeepers brace what they can. In his study, at dawn, the following day, Whitehall's not in his easy chair. He's at his desk. He sits over a mess of parchment, nods off, but wakes up, chugs some more coffee, perks up. He dips a quill in ink, scrawls over the parchment,
Yes.
stops, admires his work.
Yes, that will do.
And there was only one person with the power to save it.
Later at the market, Whitehall stands on a soapbox. A crowd gathers around him, listens to his every word. Whitehall points to a propaganda poster on the wall. Beware the Black Mage. The sheriff nails a new poster over it. It's an Uncle Sam-style poster of Whitehall asking you to join the Brotherhood and unite the realm. Our friend the dwarf, and the elf, and the wee man step forward. They shake hands. Enemies no longer. For the realm. That night, somewhere in the forest, Whitehall leads an armored elf, dwarf, wee man, even wolf and drake toward a break in the trees. Beyond it, a canvas tent sits in a field, and inside of that tent, the Black Mage kneels before a shrine. and uses a taper to light the candles. Then, in come the Brotherhood. Swords and shields, slingshots and arrows, feathers and teeth. Whitehall leads the charge. The Black Mage turns on them, and we get a glimpse beneath the hood. Black leather skin, glass plates for eyes, nose and mouth fused into a snout. The Black Mage raises a hand. The Brotherhood stops. Smoke fills the tent. The Brotherhood hack and cough and search, but only find each other. No Black Mage.
It just took a few tries.
Whitehall grabs a parchment from the shrine. On it we can see in large letters one word, summon. We glimpse a sketch of arcane symbols in a circle around a humanoid silhouette. Back in his study, Whitehall paces around 4 crowns on a display table. Another earthquake hits, but Whitehall doesn't miss a beat. He catches a book, he catches a candle, sets them back in their place. Then, heads straight to his mirror. He touches his glowing wand to it, and the mirror lights up. Somewhere, at midnight, 4 kids in bathrobes and slippers burst into a bedroom filled with antiques. The 4 kids are a boy tween, a girl tween, a boy toddler, and a girl toddler. They play tag around the room. Then, a light glows in the corner. They investigate. They approach the standing mirror facing the corner. Boy tween flips the mirror. It glows. Boy tween touches the glass. And in his study, Whitehall helps both tweens and toddlers step out from his mirror. He kneels to them, gestures at the crowns on display. The 4 children don their crowns. They are now Prophecy Kids. That afternoon at market, Whitehall heads in on foot, followed by the Prophecy Kids. Tween King, Tween Queen, Toddler King, and Toddler Queen, all on horseback. Everyone bows to them. That night, in the forest, the Prophecy Kids peek out from trees, and they are not alone. They are backed by the Brotherhood and a full army. Elves, dwarves, wee men, wolves, ducks. It seems the entire marketplace is armored and accounted for. Whitehall hands Tween King his spyglass. Through the spyglass, we see a cabin in a field. Purple light shines through the windows. Tween King collapses the spyglass and nods to Whitehall. Inside the cabin, the Black Mage stands over a purple glow, reaches into it, and pulls out a black wand. It pulses with energy. Behind the mage, a satyr with cloven hooves and woolly legs, as all satyrs have, sets out food and drink. Satyr pours the wine, spills it, and winces.
My bad.
The mage charges at the satyr, shoves her into a corner just as Whitehall, Prophecy Kids,
For Eternia!
and the Brotherhood
the realm!
crash in through the roof, the window, the door. The satyr ducks beneath the table. The Black Mage raises a hand. The cabin fills with smoke. Outside the cabin, the mage flees into the woods. Whitehall and Smoke spill out from the front door. He spots the mage across the field.
Not this time.
Back in the cabin, the smoke clears, and Tween King points to something. The Brotherhood gather behind him and observe.
'Tis black magic. Ritual parts to enslave a beast from another world and use it to destroy Eternia.
Something bangs against the table. Everyone jumps. But it's only Satyr. She runs for the door. Dwarf grapples her.
You've already lost. A new day comes to Eternia. Long live the mage!
Dwarf knocks her out. Somewhere in the forest, the Black Mage clutches a wand and hides behind a tree with a large knothole. The wand pulses, bright enough to give away the mage's position. The mage tries to cover it, but the glow is too bright. In the distance, Whitehall arrives, searching the trees, stalking the forest path. He readies his wand.
This ends tonight, mage. Your dark magic cannot withstand my good. Surrender your wand.
The Black Mage steps out, hands up. The Black Mage whistles. Whitehall turns, sees a black unicorn charging from behind. Whitehall dives away just in time. The Black Mage saddles the unicorn and races off. Whitehall fires a spell but misses. The Black Mage is gone.
I swear, on all that is pure in Eternia, I will stop you.
Whitehall gathers himself, leaves. He passes the tree with a giant knothole. In the forest, the following morning, inside the knothole, inside the tree, dim purple light pulses. It's the wand. It rattles inside, shakes itself loose, tumbles free. And then a flash of purple light. Then something huge falls out of the tree.
Ouch.
Then, Lakeisha Johnson sits up. She wears a hoodie, jeans, and a backpack. And she has a crescent gash on her forehead. Her phone's in her hand. She pockets it, gets up. Then her backpack zipper breaks.
Seriously?
Out comes Nutri-Grain bars, Essence magazine, maxi pads, hair supplies, and a makeup bag. She collects her stuff, wipes her forehead, winces, takes out her phone to check the gash in her camera.
Seriously?